Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday morning, and I am outside, guys, about to do a little walk this morning, get a little exercise in. As you guys know, that I'm on a little mini vacation. I will be off until next Tuesday, and I have a little getaway that I'm planning on tomorrow with a friend of mine. We're gonna get away and just get some R&R. It's gonna be in it. It's not going to be at a location that I'm going to disclose to anybody. It's just a getaway for me, just for some pamper time, some R&R, different scenery. I have been here throughout the pandemic. I have not been able to see my family, and it's just needed. And that's going to go into and tie into this video, which is entitled, I know you saw it, You Are Not Alone. And I wanted to make this video today exclusively for those who feel alone. It's so interesting that people want to group ourselves all together in this situation. We are all experiencing this on a different level. So if you have some strong friends out there, single, lonely, friends by themselves, go check on your friends. Check on your friends that live alone. Check on your friends that are by themselves, because that experience is different from other people's experiences. I know everybody has a different level. Somebody who's suffering in poverty is experiencing it different from somebody who has money. But people who have family are experiencing it differently from people who don't have people with them. So this is for all of my lonely friends, all of those who are alone, who has an empty nest, who does not have a spouse or a significant other, who are going through this situation by yourself. I am here for you. You hear me? I am here for you. I think it's so important to acknowledge that one of the most, I say, painful things is to be feeling a certain way and call one of your friends that you want to talk to about it and just let them know how you're feeling, just to get that support system. And the first thing comes out their mouth is, I know, girl, I know what you're talking about. We going through it over here. When your experience is totally different from mine, because the key word here is we. You have someone that you're experiencing this thing with. And when you're doing it by yourself, it's a whole totally different approach. You got to come at it from a different angle, because you have to come up with ways to keep yourself from being depressed, to keep yourself from feeling like everybody has abandoned you, and that you don't know, you're afraid, you're frightened, you don't know what happened. What if I get sick? Who's going to care for me? Who's going to see about me? Who's going to even go run for me? It's a whole totally different experience, and I think people don't understand that. And I've often gotten emails from people who compliment me on the way that I live my life, because they are in the same situation with me, and they have become kind of reclusive by staying at home all the time, never getting out, never doing anything because of fear. Fear is a very strong mental experience. And if you allow it, it can actually take a hold of you, and it will have you imprisoned in your mind. So it's important that we learn how to fight through those situations, because when you're by yourself, you have no choice. You don't have that person there sitting with you that's encouraging you every day. You don't wake up with that person that's going to give you a hug and tell you it's going to be all right, we're here, we're in this together. You have to figure this thing out by yourself. And people who are not experiencing that don't understand. They can't understand. But it bothers me to share that with people who love you, and they try to compare their situations and say, I know we going through this too, we this, we that, we this, and they're not going through it in the same way. So I want to be an inspiration of how to overcome, or I won't say overcome, how to go through this situation if you're in this experience by yourself, and know that you can do it, to know that you truly can do it. And we've seen, even through social media, people who are experiencing things and we're not understanding. People who have money, who feel like they want to give up on life. Just recently, allegedly, Tamar Braxton, which is a very popular singer in a popular family, successful, trying to take her life, wanting to give up on her life because of whatever reason. Good morning. So know that even though it may be tough, that there's ways and things that you can do to try to keep your mind exercised. You got to exercise this mind, because if you sit in silence all the time, or if you sit alone all the time, if you don't expose yourself to nature, expose yourself to people, you can become complacent. You can become depressed and saddened, and you can allow that to take hold of you. So walk with me today, and I'm going to just talk to you throughout and just tell you how I deal with it, and some things that you can try. Because like I said, everybody's experience is going to be different. Everybody's not going to go through this in the same way, and it's important that you figure out your path for yourself. It's easy to get on this camera and tell you everything is going to be all right. It's easy to get on this camera and tell you that that what you're feeling is not forever. But everybody, it's noisy right here. Everybody's experience is different. So I'm going to just share how I handle my depression, how I handle my sadness, how I experience and deal with this pandemic by myself. So come along with me. So I'm going to try to find somewhere quieter to walk. It is noisy. It's a busy, actually busy day. It's a weekday, so it's actually, people are at work. So all you're seeing and hearing is the traffic, people getting to work, because it's like close to 9 o'clock. So let me get down here and I'll check back in with you guys. All right, guys, I'm back. It is a nice day right now. It's not too hot right now, so it was a good time to get out. But I want to say, and I want to talk to my ladies that are probably pretty much middle age, have empty nesters. It could be people that just are younger, but basically them, because a lot of times the people that talk to me, that send me emails, are people who have raised their children, they're grown, they've left home. And so, where we had a purpose, because we were very active and, making sure our kids, were doing the things they needed to do, sporting activities, school, whatever. When your nest becomes empty, you find yourself like, oh my gosh, I did not realize how much my children was such a big part of my life and the things that I was doing. And you find yourself, with all of this time now, and especially if you're not married or live with a significant other, you can find yourself being like lonely and trying to figure out, okay, what's next? What can I do? What can I do to fill up this time? That's why it's important to try to develop some type of hobby, something that you can do that you love, something that you're passionate about. It's important to try to find something. If you don't have one, it's time to try to find something. Try to, figure out what you like. Think of some things that you like to do and try to find a way to get involved in that. One thing I do is that I don't allow the sadness to take a hold of me. When I feel it coming on, I may entertain it for a moment. I might have to shed a tear. I might have to talk to myself or scream. But then I said, Lydia, it's time to get up. Let's go outside. Let's get some sun. Let's take a walk. Let's breathe in some air, because this too shall pass. It's important to know that when you're by yourself, you only have you to depend on. And if you have a spiritual connection with our Almighty God, that's the most powerful being that you can have. And it's a time to develop that if you don't. And you talk to him. And you let him know how you feel. And you let him know that you're lonely. And you let him know that you don't know what you're going to do next. And you don't have any ideas of how you're going to get through this time. Getting my morning walking, guys. be outside that causes it to overheat so much. So sitting here right now here down at the Beale Street Landing, and just wanted to finish up the video. Also, I wanted to tell you guys, make sure you go over to Self Love TV. I put up a video this morning, and it actually talks about the importance of getting a good night's rest. I think that's important because the body needs to repair itself and to recover from the day, the beating you put on it the day before. I think as we get older, sometimes we forget that we're not who we were in our 20s and teens, and we forget that it's important that we shut our bodies down, let it sit down for a minute and rest. So if you get a moment, go over and check out that video. I wanted to just continue and talk about what it's like being alone and getting through this time, because these are some challenging times, guys, and you have to have the willpower to say that I want to make it. So this is what I do. You know, I get up and I take me a walk. You know, I get out in nature and I let the fresh air and the sound of the birds, you know, nature around me, see the greenery, the sun penetrating on me, just give me what I need, those nutrients that my body needs. Because I think sometimes when you stay inside, your body will be depleted of nutrients, you know, you're not getting, you know, especially vitamin D. So get out in nature. I know sometimes it can be easier said than done, but if you could just get outside and sit on your porch, walk in your backyard, walk around the block, but it's important that you do something so that your mind won't just be continually thinking about how you feel being alone, how you feel not having anybody that you can actually talk to. It's hard. It's really hard. You know, even if you have a significant other, you know, I have friends. I have some really great friends, but they don't live close to me. And so therefore, you know, it can be difficult. You know, I want to see my grandchildren. I want to know they're good. I want to see my kids. I want to know they're good. But traveling right now is not what I need to do, because, you know, if I'm just going to travel 5-6 hours to do a drive-by just to see them, you know, that's just too much, because right now, you know, they're feeling like they want to protect their kids, and my mama is older. So I'm just trying to honor that and just, you know, deal with this thing. But being alone is not the easiest thing. You just have to develop some things in your life to help you get through this time. Hobbies, reading. There's a lot of things that you could try to do. You know, you just have to tap into what it is that you like. You have to have a spiritual life. You have to connect with God and ask Him to comfort you, give you the comfort that to know that you're not by yourself, even when it feels like you're alone. This is a time to grow. This is a time to overcome those fears that you have of being alone. Overcome those fears of not knowing where this is gonna go. You gotta face them head on. That's the easiest. You know what? I don't even mean to say easy. Definitely don't want to say easy. A runner, but that is one of the best ways to tap into fears, is to face them head on. And I'm gonna tell you something. I feel that once this is over, or we get to a semblance of a way to be able to live with it, because according to Dr. Fauci, it's never going to be eradicated. It's just going to be something that's a part of our lives. So once we get to a way to live with this thing, I think we'll be stronger for it. I think we'll be better people because of this experience. Even though it's horrific, even though it's just wearing on us, crime has risen, guys. People are just hopeless. People are doing crazy things. People don't have money. It's hard. There's a lot of factors. People are trying to figure out how they're going to survive. So all of those things are warring in your mind, in addition to you figuring that out on your own. So I understand, you know, my income has been impacted. And, you know, I said to myself, you know, what is going to be is going to be. I can only control the things that I am in control of. You know, things out of my control I can't do anything about. So one of the things I told myself was that I'm just going to give up those things. I'm going to give up trying to fix things that I know is out of my control. That applies to everything. People, places, or things. You know, it's not your job to be trying to figure out, you know, other people at this moment. This is time to focus on you. You know, your children, your friends, they got their lives, they're doing their things. Do what's best for you. Do what's best for you to be able to get through this time, you know. But pray about it. Pray about it, but don't sit. Don't sit. See, one of the things God give you is wisdom. So when we pray, you don't pray without action. You pray and move. You pray and you trust. You pray and you have faith. So you have to get up. You can't just pray and say, okay, God, you're going to come in and you're going to lift me up out this seat. You pray and then you get up. When you get up, that allows you to exercise that faith that you have that God is going to keep helping you put that one foot in front of the other. So I just wanted to jump on and just send out that little bit of inspiration and let you know that I'm here for you. And if anybody needs to talk to me, please reach out. Please hit me by my email or on Instagram, DM me. You know, I have no problem with contacting you. If you want to leave a phone number, I don't have a problem with calling you. But I want to encourage you. I want you to know that I'm thinking about you. I know it's a lot of people in my situation out there. I know it's a lot of people who have people, loved ones in their life who love them, but don't truly understand what they're experiencing right now. But I do. I do know. I know some of us have ailments and we're not able to get out like others. So that can be a challenge for you. But if you can sit on your front porch, if you can get out and sit in the backyard, take some music out there, take a good book to read out there. It's a good time to do that right now, just to help you. Good morning. Just to help you to be able to take your mind off of what you're going through at this time. You know, it'd be ideal if you could have people with you. But unfortunately, life is just not that way. Sometimes life can seem challenging for other people more so than some people. Sometimes it looks like people's lives are easy. You know, and sometimes it looks like you experience the worst of things, but God has a purpose for everybody. I don't think He gives you anything that you can't handle, but you have to have the faith that you can. And you can't sit and wait for things to just happen around you or wait on people to fix it for you. You have to take that step. I always tell myself, and then I'm going to end this vlog, that if I fail at something, I want to fail trying. That way I can say I have something to blame. But if I don't try and I fail, there's nobody's fault, but it's nobody's fault but mine. If I don't try to do something to make my life look different, try to do something to make me feel better, you know, change your diet, eat some fruits and vegetables, drink a lot of water, put away the sugar, you know, those things that make you feel sluggish and tired. Do something different. You have to take some chances to do something different. You know, we got to get through this, guys. We have to. And if my channel can help you to understand that I'm thinking of you and that you're not alone and that I'm experiencing this, even though I can come off sometimes as if my life is on cloud nine. I'm jumping around, I dance, I exercise. You could do that. I turn on my Afro beats and I play it. I had people laughing at me. I had put it in my stories on Instagram, guys. I was dancing. I've learned a couple of Afro steps and I'm learning it every day, but I put it to music and I just have a good time. But it helps my spirit. Anytime you do anything to pump up your adrenaline, it's gonna make you feel better. So try to do some things that's gonna make you feel better. But if you sit in it, you will never feel better. So just want you to know that I love you. I'm thinking of you and I'm here for you if you need me as much as I can where I'm at. I just want you to know that. Thank you for tuning in today. And if this is your first time stopping through, know that I appreciate you for coming through. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. If you're an OG, you know you're my ride or dies. I love you much. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the growth that I'm seeing. Thank you for the sharing, the love that you send out, the emails that you give me, the calls, the text messages, the inspiration, the encouragement. Let you know that I just appreciate you. I just want to express it as much as I can. Thanks. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace and love. Kisses. And hugs, guys. And I'll talk to y'all real soon, okay? Take care. Oh, I will be vlogging though, guys, while I'm on my mini getaway. I got some good stuff I'm gonna bring to you. All right? I'll be praying for you guys. Bye.